What was the most problematic player you ever had to deal with?
You know, I think the most problematics.
I'm thinking of a
the
few.
most problematics. They were funny. They were funny.
Can I give you a suggestion?
Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario. Mario was good fun. I could write a book of 200 pages of my 2 years in interview with Mario, but the book would be not a drama. The book would be
a comedy.
A comedy. I remember one in Kazan. We went to Kazan in the Champions League, and in that match I had all my strikers injured. No Milito, no Eto'o. I was really in trouble, and Mario was the only one. Mario gets a yellow card in minute 42, 43. So when I go to the dressing room at halftime, I spend, I would say, 14 minutes of the 15. I was spending 14 minutes speaking only for Mario. Mario, I cannot change you. I cannot make a change. I don't have a striker on the bench. Don't touch anybody. Play only with the ball. When we lose the ball, no reaction. If somebody provocates you, no reaction. If the referee makes a mistake, no reaction. Mario, please. Minute 46.
No way.
Red card.
No way.
I told him to be at 2 o'clock in my office for a meeting, and he was not there. And when I called him, he went to the Formula One qualification races on a Saturday for the race on the Sunday. on the Sunday, and I told him, Mario, I told him, you know, you have to come to my office at 2 o'clock. And he was saying, meetings in your office I can have every day, but to see the Formula One, the Formula One is only once a year in Italy. So this is a funny situation. Obviously, in the moment, it's difficult to accept, because we are speaking about top professional football. But a kid of 18, 19 to have one of these naive reactions.
So you didn't laugh at the time?
Not at the time, but a couple of days later I have to laugh, and especially to remember in a sweet way.
We had a few days back in England before we went to LA, the first pre-season with Mourinho. Training sessions, real chance to obviously impress, which we were all kind of petrified after the press conference.
Petrified?
Yeah, petrified, yeah.
Why?
We just seeing, we were shitting ourselves. We were in kind of phoning each other. Like, we didn't know what to expect. We've been with Claudio before that, was very kind of calm and everything like that. We just didn't know what to expect. It was quite intimidating listening to him, how confident he was and all of that, yeah.
But that's you, though. You're confident, aren't you? You're not getting phased as a 21-year-old big given a captaincy. Why would someone that's going to be a clear leader make you unnerved by that?
I'll give you a little... He FaceTimed me the other night, Mourinho, and the phone starts ringing, and I'm there, and I'm puffing the pillows, and my wife said to me, what are you doing? I said, the gaffer's called a guy. I'm shitting myself. And I still, to this day, he makes me so nervous. I would have done absolutely everything for this man, everything. I just have so much respect for what he done for me individually and for us as a team. Like, I absolutely adore him. Again, love the fact that he kind of created a siege mentality. It was like the press and the whole world and the whole Premier League against Chelsea Football Club. That's how it felt in that. And I think when you see him work, so I remember the first day, I arrived at training. I would always drop my kids early and be the first in. And I remember getting there really early. Well, I used to think it was early. And I got there and I'm in the canteen and he's out on the training pitch, putting the cones out, walking through the session with his notepad and his clipboard, with his coaches, and he's pointing and he's this and he's that for about an hour. And then obviously a couple of hours later, we go out and do our first session. But in that first meeting that he took with a group of players, the first image he put up on the board was a picture of the Premier League.
Right.
And it sounds small, but it was like, we're going to win this year. It was very simple through hard work and the players we have in this dressing room, and then go on to tell the press and the world that Didier was the best striker in the world. Frank was the best midfielder.
Right.
Peter Cech was the best goalkeeper. JT was the best defender.
Mm-hmm.
We'd never been told that before. It was Is he, isn't he? Not sure, not sure. He was very clear of going, no, my boys are the best players in the world. And he made you feel so special.
What was that like? How big a difference was there between what you'd been told? Because Ranieri wasn't a slouch. You were doing okay under Ranieri.
Yeah.
But what was the difference between him and Ranieri?
Difference was a lot of things. Now, I'm obviously very grateful to Claudio for giving me my opportunity and as captain and all of that. But Mourinho, from a tactical point of view, how we approached games and how we dissected the opposition was to a level I still don't see today. From the sessions he put on and how we addressed us as a group of players and pushed us on a daily basis was something like I've honestly never seen. Even with the group that, so you know, Saturday the team plays, Sunday you're in training, and the ones who play kind of recover. He was out there pushing that next 11, asking them question, why you're not in my starting 11? Right. Why are you not in my starting 11? And anyone who underperformed that day, he'd be absolutely grilling them. He was constantly at people, poking them on a daily basis. He'd walk past, you'd lose a game in training. He'd walk past, you'd lose a small-sided game, 2-1. And he'd be like, you accepting that? Like just a little word in your ear. And I'd be like, accepting what? He'd be like, you only lost because of him not running. And I'd be like, yeah, you're right. And now I'm at Obi or someone like that, and Amir Obi are like this together. Now the next game, we end up winning 3-1. And the level's gone from here to here. He was constantly poking every single player and getting the maximum out of them. And I'd never seen it. I'd never seen the man. Normally I see it where people go, oh, fucking hell, yeah, he'll be gone, or that kind of mentality. It was everyone wanted to please the manager.
Yeah. R9, Brazilian Ronaldo. Like, just tell me what
Brazilian Ronaldo.
Yes, please.
Oh. Brazilian Ronaldo. I bring Mr. Robson. Ronaldo arrived the day before of a Super Cup final, Barcelona-Real Madrid. Barcelona-Atletico Madrid. And for the whole preseason, we had an Argentinian striker called Pizzi that was doing amazing. Amazing. We play in Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Ronaldo arrives the day before from PSV. At that time, the scouting was different. We didn't have access to everything we have now, all the footage and the white scouts of this live and everything. So we knew Ronaldo, but Mr. Robson was the one that knew it very well. Mr. Robson says, so tomorrow the team, Figo, Ronaldo, Stoichkov. Mister.
Wait.
Mister, you cannot play Ronaldo. Why? Mister, you kill Pizzi. The whole preseason, Pizzi scored 2 goals against this. Come on, mister, put Ronaldo on the bench, but play Pizzi. You cannot play. Jose, you want to be a nice guy or you want to win the Super Cup?
Ooh.
I want to win the Super Cup. So play Ronaldo. I think was 5-1 or 5-2.
No.
And I think was Ronaldo 2 goals and 2 or 3 in the first match he played against Atletico Madrid in the Super Cup. So I was always learning with Mr. Robson. You want to be a good guy or you want to win the Super Cup? I want to win the Super Cup. So play Ronaldo.
And he was crazy, crazy player.
Crazy. You know, he was fit, he was young, no injuries, because then injuries were coming. And that year in Barcelona was crazy, crazy, crazy. He scored goals, Compostela, Valencia, getting the ball in midfield, attacking people, dribbling people. Now, amazing, crazy, 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 crazy.
Without injuries, like you think he's better? Could have been better than like the Messi.
Because the next season he goes to Inter. So he played only one season in Barcelona. He goes to Inter, and in Inter he had immediately the tendon of the patella, the tendon, and then he started having his problems. But what I saw there, crazy. Without training. Without training.
What do you mean?
Lazy.
No way.
Lazy. Training, enjoying, but not training like a method, like discipline, just enjoying, just the Brazilian boy coming from the beach or coming from his local just to play football. Amazing, amazing. Such a beautiful thing to see. Amazing.
Wow.
What do you want me to say?
Well,
The
what you?
truth.
Yes, give us the truth. That would be nice, Josie. Give us the truth about Eden Hazard.
The truth is, what you see on him, that amazing player that you see, is an amazing player with awful training.
Really?
So
In terms of his preparation or his willingness to work.
Yeah. So you can imagine what he could be with a super professional attitude in training. Because in the end, he's an amazing kid. He's an incredible family man. He looks like he doesn't belong to this generation of players. He's very quiet. He's totally focused on family, on kids, on parents, on a very quiet life. But he gets into the pitch every morning, and it doesn't work much. When he goes into the pitch, you don't see the reflection of a weak work. You just see the reflection of his talent. So he is this amazing player, and you can imagine if he was a top professional. When he went to Real Madrid, I thought, wow, now this guy is going to the biggest club in the world. Now this guy is going to feel this huge pressure to be always at the top. This guy is going to be a gold ball because he is amazing.
So he could, Jose, if he worked harder, he may have another 20% to give.
Of course.
Wow.
In terms of his fitness, of his speed, of his condition, he would be a much better player. So what you see is just what is the talent that God gave him, and is a fantastic player. They left because they wanted to leave. They left because they didn't want to wait.
Yeah.
You know, their history proves that their option was good, because they did the career that they did. They reached a high standards, but sometimes kids, they do decisions like that because they cannot wait. They do decisions like that because they don't have the patience to be calm and to wait for the right moment. And sometimes their career goes in the wrong direction. For them, went in the wrong direction. When people tells me, you let Salah go, I say exactly the opposite. I bought Salah. I was the one that told, buy that guy. He was going from Basel to Liverpool, and I made a fight. I made a war to make him come to Chelsea. Then comes the part where to be a Chelsea player, you need to perform, or you have to wait. You have to wait. He didn't want to wait. He wanted to go on loan, and then Chelsea at a certain point decided to sell. He went to Fiorentina, then Roma, and then Chelsea decided to sell. And that was not me deciding to sell. I was saying, let him go on loan if he feels that he needs to play every minute of every game. With Kevin, was very similar. We went to pre-season on Asia. We went to Indonesia, we went to Thailand and there. And Kevin should go on loan to a German club. And I told the club, no, I don't want him on loan. I want him with me. He stayed with me, and he starts the Premier League playing on the starting 11. On the starting 11.
Yeah.
After that game, we played European Super Cup in Prague against Bayern. And he didn't play that game. The next day, he was to leave. You know, and then we played the second game of the season at Old Trafford against Manchester. We drew, I think, 0-0 at Old Trafford. He was on the bench. Kevin, he played some minutes, and was not enough for him. So he wanted to leave, want to leave. You know, when you are at Chelsea, you want to leave, go, another one comes.
Yeah.
But they were just kids that couldn't wait, and their career says that they were right. You know, they had a fantastic career and still have, but was not me. Probably other guys, I pushed them out, but not them.
You mentioned Drogba as one of your first signings, Essien as well, Kalou. Did you realise the impact in Africa
Yes.
that you was having with those signings?
I cannot go to Africa. I cannot go to
Too
Africa.
much crazy fans.
Too much everywhere, because I had DJ Ivory Coast, Jeremy Cameroon, Samuel Eto'o Cameroon,
Did you sign Kalou? Obi Mikel.
Ivory Coast, Obi
Essien.
Mikel, Nigeria. I had guys from Essien, Ghana, Sule Muntari, Ghana. I have guys from all around the world. Every time I go to Africa,
Roadblock.
I cannot walk. The guys, they love me. Even in Europe, with many of African guys, people really loves me. And to be honest, I love the guys, and I feel that the African player is very loyal, is very pure. Many of them, they call me daddy, and some of them, they are almost my age. When Essien calls me daddy, I say, Michael, come on. Don't call me daddy, you are almost my age. But, this affection exists. I love the guys. I love to work with the African players. I think I take the best out of the guys. I think the guys, they see in me somebody that really loves them and admires their qualities as players and persons. I always loved, and I always had great response from African players.
I don't think you get enough credit for that.
Yeah.
Because there was a reluctance. It felt like it was a reluctance from Sir Alex, purely because of losing them to go to AFCON.
Yeah. But that is a problem that we know. I always felt that if you are in a top team and you have African players, it's not a problem. Because you miss the guys in 2 years, you miss the guys for 6 weeks, it's not a problem. The problem is like it happens with me in Roma, where a squad is a very limited squad.
Yeah.
And then you go to this period and you lose 3 players for African Cup and 1 player for Asian Cup. You have a short squad, you lose 4 players, you are dead. When you are in one of the top clubs, if you want to go for an African player, don't think twice and go. You don't have the guy for six weeks in 2 years, but you can have a very special player, because African players, they are different.